I'm from New Jersey.
Jersey.
Yeah, I'm from Newark, New Jersey. I'm
Okay.
from Newark, New Jersey.
You know, when you said that, the Jersey just came out. Because I think you've been down here long enough, you kind of blended in.
Right.
With your dialect.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
So
originally from
did you come
Jersey.
down to Atlanta for the music game, or did you come here for another reason?
Well, I was a troubled youth, and my mother couldn't control me. You know what I mean? Single mother and everything, and I was out in the streets, you know, doing this and that, everything bad. but I was still trying to do music. You know, this is a long time ago. And so my mother sent me to Atlanta to live with my aunt because, you know, it was a stable home. They had an alarm system, so I couldn't sneak out.
Even let's back up some more. I mean, what was you getting into in New Jersey?
Oh man, I had quit school for a whole year. Like I was just out there. I was out there doing everything wrong. You know, Jersey, the stolen car state. So we used to do a little bit of that. I used to take my mother's car at like midnight and drive to the Bronx, me and my partner, to go pick up weed, because weed prices in New York were cheaper than New Jersey. So you can get the weed from New York, bring it to Jersey, and double up.
Right,
so we used to do that.
That's
and
a
then,
quick little jump, hop, and skip right across the line.
Yeah. We used to go to the Bronx, and then we got caught one time, and my mother was like, "Where have you been?" I was like, "The Bronx." "You ain't been to no Bronx. Where you been?" I'm like, "The Bronx." Luckily, she did sit me down here because it slowed me down. Like I was getting arrested. Like my juvenile record is ridiculous. I was getting arrested like once a week and everything, but they couldn't hold me. But you know, my mother would have to come pick me up. And then one night I got arrested. She's like, "I'm never coming to pick you up from jail again." I was like, "Okay." So probably the next week I got locked up again. I think we were probably trying to steal a Cherokee or something in the snow, and got caught by Officer Haig because we had on high-tech boots, and we went to the store after it because the alarm went off. So we went to the store after it. Haig walks up to us. He's like, "Hey guys, what's going on?" We're like, "Oh, nothing." We call him. He's like, "Man, I like those boots." We like, "Oh yeah, man, these are high-techs, man. You see them?" Da da da. He's like, "Man, let me see the traction on them." He's like, "I can use those for my police work." We show him the traction. He was like, "Wow, it's funny. There's footprints in the snow by a car that people just tried to steal. Turn around."
Gotcha. So you knew the officer's name? Did you know him like?
Oh, yeah.
The neighborhood officer Lucky or something?
Yeah. That was Officer Haig. He knew us. We were the baddest kids out there.
Gotcha.
You know, but he knew we were good, but we just did bad stuff. Like he really liked us, but when we did bad stuff and got caught, he's like, "Man, I gotta take you to jail." And so that night, I'm in there, and they're like, "Okay, we're gonna call you." Well, first they called juvie. They called juvie, and then juvie was like, "No, we don't want him." So then they were like,
We just said, "No, we don't want him."
So then they were like, "Okay, call your mother, tell her to come pick you up." I call her. I'm like, "Mom, I'm locked up." She's like, "I told you I wasn't coming to get you again." I was like, "What?" And she hung up on me. Click. So,
So she followed through with it.
She did. So they let me stay there for about 3 hours, and then finally they were like, "All right, we're just gonna take you home." They took me home, went inside, went to sleep. I woke up the next morning, I heard her on the phone. She's talking to my aunt. "Yeah, his flight leaves at 3 p.m., so he'll be down there about 5, and if you can pick him up from the airport, this, that, and the other." I heard that. I packed a little bag. I walked to my partner Mervis's house. I was like, "Oh, I ain't going to Atlanta, nah."
So she didn't book everything while you was still in the joint.
Yeah.
The next day,
Right.
you had the flight and everything.
Exactly. So I went to my man Mervis's house. So we there cooling, and then my girlfriend talks to my mother, tells her where I am. I don't know this. So somebody knocks on the door at Mervis's house. Mervis, rest in peace. That's my brother. But somebody knocks on the door at Mervis's house. Doom, doom, doom. He walks to the door. He's like, "Nick, it's your mom." I was like, "Where's the back door? Where's the back door?" He was like, "We don't have a back door." And next thing you know, I walked outside, got in the car. My girlfriend was in the back seat. I'm like, what did you do? She was like, you needed this. You needed this.
You came to Atlanta. Did you already have a disposition for music? Were you already a musician? At what point did you discover your true calling as a musician?
Well, when I was still in Jersey, a couple of my friends, these are these old school keyboards called Casio SK1s. They were like the first mini samplers. So I knew somebody who had one and somebody who had another. So they just gave them to me. They were like, oh, we know you like music. So I used to make beats. It used to sample for like 6 seconds. So I'd sample a drum track on one, then a sample on the other, and push them both at the same time, and then push record on the cassette deck.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And so I was making music back then, but it wasn't really serious. I wanted to be like Run DMC and LL Cool J and Rakim. You know what I mean? That's what I wanted to be, because I was a rapper at first. I was 007.
Oh, okay, that was your name.
That was 007. Yeah.
Right. That's pretty smooth.
I came down here and then I got an MPC. And so people used to come to my house. I was the only person with an MPC. So people used to come to my house from downtown. We'd make beats and everything like that. So let me see. Yeah, then I graduated high school. I went to Arts Institute for 6 months.
Where'd you go to high school?
I went to Henderson High.
Okay.
I think it's an all-girls high school now.
Okay.
But I went to Henderson High because my aunt was the English teacher there. So that made sure I got to school every day.
So they took you out the hood.
Yeah.
You said the Art Institute?
Yeah, I went to Arts Institute for music business management. But I lived in Buckhead at the Darlington, not far from where where Arts Institute used to be. And but I just was interested in making beats. So I would go to class high and everything, and I was like, man, I'm ready to get out of here. And so I went for 6 months, and I was like, man, I feel like I'm wasting my money, because it was student loans.
Right.
And I was just like, you know what, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not doing this. And so I just stuck to making beats and started a company called New Jeru Entertainment. And I had about 6 artists. We were like ghetto superstars in Atlanta. Everybody knew us. We had stickers everywhere. We had our T-shirts. We actually were the first people in Atlanta branding a music company like we did, with the stickers and the T-shirts. Everybody followed through after us. This was 95, 96, 97.
Okay, so this is the thicket. I mean, this is like when Freaknik was.
Oh yeah, I was at that first Freaknik. Oh my God! And that's when I first got down there. I was like, what is going on?
And see, people they don't understand what that meant.
Oh my God!
It can never happen again.
No.
It can never happen again, because Buckhead is totally different.
Right.
They changed the city.
Yeah.
They built medians. They figured out how to control the traffic.
Yeah.
But that was some stuff,
crazy. I remember seeing naked girls dancing at Piedmont Park on the pedestal things, naked dudes dancing. I was like, what is this?
Yeah. Standstill traffic. Yeah, that was dangerous stuff if you really think about it. Like, if anything happened to you out there in the street, man, you was jammed up. Like, no help was coming.
One night we slept in the car at the gas station.
Yeah.
Because it was too much traffic.
Yeah.
We got a little tipsy. He was like, man, let's just sleep in the car at the gas station.
You start making beats, and y'all was basically going around the city.
Doing shows and everything.
Promoting, you know what I'm saying? Out the trunk style, promotions.
Yeah. Everybody knows us. Shaka Zulu, everybody knows us. But we were still like troublemakers, so we got a bad rep because we would fight at most of our shows.
Oh, okay.
So I made a rule. Okay, we don't fight. If we need to fight, look at me first, and I'll let you know if it was enough disrespect to fight. This is after I had the whole conversation with the crew. Like, look, we're not fighting. We're getting a bad rep, and we're too talented. So no fighting. So the dude jumped on stage in front of, as they were doing the show, and I'm standing there. Everybody looked at me. I was like, what happened with New Jeru Entertainment was, I was more serious than a lot of people. And, 7 people, 8 people, it's hard to be a Wu-Tang Clan, for real. That's why there's only been one. So, we kind of just disbanded, and I went back to Jersey.